Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to another video, and today we are here for another severe weather breakdown. Now today we're going to be talking about a large storm that could impact a good chunk of the United States next week. We're going to be talking about where it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and more. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the SPCL look for today, where it is a beautiful day today. We have a no thunderstorm risk for the entire country, which is pretty nice. Now moving on to tomorrow, we have a thunderstorm risk here for portions of southern Texas. And the reason for that is because we're going to start to see some moisture pumping out from the Gulf of Mexico that will eventually turn into our storm, right? But tomorrow could just be looking at some general thunderstorms, nothing too crazy here in portions of southern Texas. And then we get into Monday here, and we have an even larger thunderstorm risk across portions of the deep south. Again, these thunderstorms will not be severe by any means, probably, but we could see one or two storms produce some small hail or gusty winds, so look out for that on Monday in that area. And then we get into Tuesday here, where we have a predictability too low. That means that they're not quite sure where the severe threat is going to be on Tuesday yet, but they have confidence that there could be one, if that makes sense, right? So we have a predictability too low for Tuesday. Same thing for Wednesday, Thursday, and then once we get to Friday and Saturday, it's potential too low. So the storm will likely be at its peak intensity on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right? So we take a look at the GFS model here and what it's doing with this storm. We can already see some strong storm activity kind of pumping out of the Gulf of Mexico here, kind of entering the Gulf of Mexico, really. And we're going to start to see that move off to the north here and then eventually reach Texas, right? This is Monday. Okay, we got a lot of rain in Texas, maybe a couple storms, then also a pretty decent ice accumulation event that could happen here across portions of the southern plains on Monday, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that. And then we get a little bit later in the day on Monday, and we see this storm really start to evolve into something big, okay? The GFS model is showing that this storm could really do something that we're going to need to watch, because if it really does have a turnout like this, then we could be looking at a full-on severe weather outbreak. Okay, so we'll have to keep an eye on this, all right? I'm not saying it's going to happen. Still a little bit out. The GFS model's kind of messy sometimes anyway with storms like this, so we'll just have to wait and see, all right? The ice moves off towards the Midwest here, and we see that storm kind of continue to the east, kind of sweep through Dixie Alley. By Tuesday, we're dealing with storms in Louisiana, all right? Then it's going to continue to move off to the east and kind of dissipate, but then we're going to get another round of storms to form here on Tuesday that will start in Texas and Louisiana once again, all right? These are two rounds of storms here. Now, this one will take a more northeasterly track rather than a southeasterly track, and it will kind of head up into the Tennessee Valley a little bit, maybe the Appalachia area, okay? So we could be looking at some storms there, but on Wednesday and Thursday even, strong storms, I would say, across a good portion of the Cumberland Plateau, the Dixie Alley, that whole area, okay? So we're going to have to look out for that. Finally, watches, warnings, and advisories currently in effect. That light blue color are your wind chill advisories there, okay? All those areas could be looking at wind chill values below 0 degrees, in most of these areas at least, and a lot of areas getting even cooler than that. We're seeing wind chill values like well into the negatives, like 10s, 20s, some areas even 30s into the negatives here in the Great Plains in terms of wind chill values, so we'll have to look out for that. But take a look down, even in Florida, these wind chill advisories extend all the way down to the most southern part of Florida nearly here, okay? There's a few counties in Florida that are not included in this, but it is going to get cold, even in the deep south here. Speaking of which, those purple colors you see scattered across the deep south here are your hard freeze warnings, so be careful driving on icy roads. We got some purples, a different kind of purple kind of scattered across the country. We got some in New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, okay? Those are your winter weather advisories. We could see a few inches of snow in those areas in the next 24 hours. Pink's winter storm warnings, some in West Virginia, some in Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, all right? There's only a few of them, but they're kind of scattered across portions of the Ohio Valley here, so look out for that. That's going to be it for today. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Keep an eye out for severe weather next week. If the threat does get to an enhanced risk of severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center, I will be going live. But until next one, see you later. Peace.